a professional. Don't try this at home. Alright, bam! Last time you saw me building the storage box for the box and all that, and we finished up. So this time I've set the box back on the frame. What I want to try to figure out is how to get the frame covers mounted up onto the frame here. I'm trying to get a couple different ideas for that and get everything all buttoned up and put the wheels back on it for the final time, set it down, and hopefully get it rolling here and start to button things up. So let me show you what the inside of the box, what that looks like. So here's the storage box all bolted in place. You can see it's going to sit right down under the floor. The wood floor of the bed is actually going to sit up about 1.5 inches up above the steel here to accommodate the Mustang gas tank. This is a 65, 66 Mustang trunk floor gas tank, brand new from Tanks Inc. And I'm sorry, no, it's from CJ Pony Parts. That's where I bought this brand new Mustang gas tank. Got the 8-inch forwarder end. I got our storage box. Here's the battery tray. I ran the battery cables from the original build. Inside the bed's shaping up nice. Got all the bolts just kind of thrown in here. I wanted to get things figured out. I've got my shocks back on. I had to lower my lower shock bolts. I cut them off, welded new ones on to get another like inch of travel out of the shocks because it settled a little bit since I had set the springs up. So they're dialed in now good. I got all the wiring over here, which you probably can't see under the frame rail over here. I got that all zip tied on. So everything's just kind of laying out good here. We're almost ready to bolt the box on for the final time. Okay, so to attach this frame rail covers to the side of the truck, here I've got some flat stock that I got from the steel surplus place, and they're pre-bent. They're probably 3/16 or 1/4 inch thick by 1 inch wide. A piece of flat stock with these bends on it. And I think what I'm going to do is make a hanger that welds right to the side of the frame here, and I've drilled a 5/16 hole in it. And I'm going to weld this here, and I'll show you how it's going to work with a frame cover, which is currently acting as a tray for remotes. So here's a frame cover here, and on the originally there where these rivets are, there was some cross braces which I've removed because this is channeled over the box, and here's my cutout for the axle. But there are some holes up on this edge here. And what I want to do with these, it's kind of hard to show you, it's all upside down and backwards, but I want to cut these feet off and weld them to the frame, and that'll space me out where these got to be. And these will weld to the frame like that. Can you see it there? Yeah. Weld to the frame and then bolt down through this top hole here and hold that. And I might drill one hole in the center over the axle and put a nut cert in the frame and a spacer to keep the top bolted in. So thing, I mean, these don't do anything except just cover up the frame now. The box mounts right to the frame by itself. Originally I would have mounted to the box by these cross braces. So I think that's what I want to do with these. Okay, there we go. Made the pieces. Should work good. Let me get one of these out of here. I'll just go like that. Things don't balance very good. Actually, the roll of the edge of this doesn't match the roll of the edge of the bracket there, and it's holding it up. So let me get a washer. I'll space each of these up one washer, but you get the idea. It's going to go right on like that, and then like that. Well, see, like this one stood out of ways. I got to space that, but and these will weld right to the frame, and the thing will sit right on there. So I'll space these out one washer width, and then we'll go over to the frame. We'll try to hold this up and see how I can attach it. Here, bolt it up on here. Let's see how this fits. Aha! Perfect. That's gonna be awesome. This will work out great. It goes right there. So I gotta, let's see, clamp this on here somehow. Got a mark where I gotta grind the paint off the frame. I can just hold this down and mark on here probably about there to there, and probably about there to there. Let me get the paint ground off the frame here first. So we got a place to weld to. Using a black marker on black paint, that makes a lot of sense. Alright, I'll grind that off and then I'll get some clamps out and we'll clamp this up in place. And the frame actually comes down to, can you see me? Yes, the frame actually comes down about here, so I can weld across the bottom. I can tack it on the bottom, then take this, unbolt this off and weld these up the rest of the way. Same thing over here. Alright, there we go, got it all ground down. Let's see if I can clamp this on here. It's got to go. Oh, nope. Get on there. Okay, so I got this clamped up on here where I want. I got to hold the front up because it's slipping. I'll tack that first, then I'll set up the rear and tack that. And yeah, because I can see this is slipping down. It's got to go up right about there. Yeah. Scratch the paint, son of a gun. Good thing we're not building a show car here. Alright. That's on there alright. Let me go ahead and unbolt this and we'll take a look and see what we see. Boom, look at that. Perfect. Spacers off there. This guy, I'll clamp them in tight to the frame, but this ought to work good. That one's barely on there. I'm going to go ahead and burn these into the frame and we'll be all set. I got these burned in plenty good here. I'm just going to clean this up, you know, and prime it and paint it flat black. Or I'm sorry, satin black with chassis black. And then when I get done, when I put the frame covers on here, I'm going to spray fluid film in an aerosol can right here. My fluid film right there. I'll just spray it around here and it'll creep down in behind this. Once it's painted, it'll creep down in behind here and it'll seal any of the bare metal that's behind this that doesn't get paint on it. The fluid film will get right down in there and rust proof it. There won't be any way any moisture gets back in there, so that'll be perfect. So I'll just clean this one up and the other side, and I get some primer and paint on them. Okay, I welded the other side brackets on. The primer's drying on there. I went and I threw this back on. So the last step I want to do is add a bolt to the center of this to help. So I made my mark. Let's see if I can drill this without making a mess. I should have center punched it, but we'll see if the unibit will handle it. Oh, yeah. Boom. Alright, I'll pull this back off and I'll do the correct size drill bit for that nut insert. Because I think I got this drilled up big enough for 5/16. Yes, I do. There we go, all nuts inserted up and ready to rock and roll. So now this side is essentially done. Okay, I got my center bolt mounted in here. This thing's all ready to go. And I'll just swap them out for some cap bolts later. But the one thing I got to finish up here is the fender mounting surface was riveted on, and actually is up here. Let's see, we're right there. It was riveted on and spot welded on to this piece. And when I cut the roll off of the bottom of the box and flatten it out, I took about a 1/2 inch or so out of the box. Let's see where this would be. Yeah, about a 3/4 inch out of the bottom of the box. And also the frame on this truck, since it's custom built and I didn't have this original box, it's actually about a 1/2 inch wider on each side. So these pieces don't line up right now. They're too long and they're too wide. So what I want to do is take the cutter and cut off this inside lip, just leave this angle piece, and then trim the top edge and bring it up and probably just stitch weld it right to the frame cover itself. And we'll get this piece back for the look here, and then when I put the fenders on, it'll be needed to mount the fenders up. Boom! Bam! Looking good there now. This is it. She's got to be up here. I'm going to trim a 1/4 inch off the top of this to pick it up just a little bit. Slide in, but it's looking good. Looking good right here. Ah. Right, there we go. I got it trimmed and cut nice. I got up to about an 1/8 inch or so gap between the two panels. And I just ground these 3 spots, and I'm just going to spot weld it right to the edge here on the outside, and that'll be it. So perfect. And then when I put the fender on, you can see here there's about a, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch step out on this piece. I'll just have to notch the fender to go out over this and bolt on here. I'll just take a pie cut out of the fender and pull the edge in a little bit. But it'll just be the tail, you know, the tail of the fender down about here. But this looks good. I'll be able to finish this up, and I'll do the other side, and then frame cover action will be complete. Smoking. wire brush. Oh, there we go. Ain't no thing. I'll just wire brush the sand it back and paint it, but there we go. Now it'll be nice and complete. Alright, bam, there we go. All welded on, ready to go. I already tried the fender out. It fits nice. And when we go to put the fenders on this, we're actually going to have to make a spacer to raise the fender up about 2.5 inches. Be out of flat sheet metal, and it'll bolt to this piece, and then have another set of holes to raise the fender up. But right now, for the fenderless action for the show in April, this is going to be great. So I'm going to get this off here and paint it up, and we'll be done. As you know, coronavirus is on the march. Everybody's in a panic. They're buying toilet paper. They're burning down the freaking stock market. They're going nuts. I think it's a little extreme. I think it's a little hysterical. I think this is going to shake out in a month or two, and the dust is going to settle, and it's going to be mass hysteria for no reason. But unfortunately, the show is probably going to be canceled that the truck was going to be debuted at on April 9th, because right now it's like March 16th or something, and not looking good for getting stuff out. But I'm going to get this truck together, and I'm going to go out and run it around anyways. Show or not, it's going together, going on the road. So here we are, working on the Model A hot rod shop truck. If I get quarantined or sequestered, I'll get a lot of work done on the shop truck. So we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm putting out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Unless there's a corona outbreak, and then who knows what's going to happen. But right for now, we're doing Wednesdays and Saturdays. Hit the bell for alerts, tell your friends, and we'll see you right back here at the Quick Speed Shop. Hopefully not in an oxygen mask and a bubble, but working on the Model A hot rod shop truck. Stop buying toilet paper.